Alright, welcome to TechGrill. It's pretty cold out here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a website for something like your blog, a portfolio, a landing page, or whatever you wish for. I'll go over how to get your site up and running, design a few pages, and create a way for people to reach out to you via a form. And before we get started, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so let's jump right into it. Before you create your website, it's very important that you pick a hosting and a domain name. Basically, hosting is where your server lives. This will be a server which makes sure your website runs 24/7, and a domain name is basically a name for your website, like google.com. So I'm going to use Hostinger to show you how a hosting provider works, but depending on where you reside and what your budget is, you can choose your own hosting provider. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at some of their plans. So with the premium plan, you also get a free domain. So you can choose whichever plan you want and you can simply add it to cart. Once that's done, you can choose a period. I'm going to choose 12, and you'll have to create your account, and then you'll have to select your payment options. Once that is done, your hosting panel will be ready. So myself, I'm not going to buy it. I already have a hosting from Hostinger, so I'm just going to use that. Alright, so here I am within my Edge panel. I'm simply going to go into websites and I'm going to create a new website. Basically, you'll have a similar screen once you log in, but if you're confused about the Hostinger's checkout, I'm pretty sure they have some videos that you can watch to help you with the process. But once you make it here, you can simply choose what sort of website you want, but right now I'm just going to skip and I'm going to create a new website. Alright, so here I'm going to choose WordPress because we'll be using WordPress. Alright, so here make sure to put in your credentials and continue. These credentials are going to be very important because these are going to be your admin credentials for your WordPress account. Simply click continue. Now it's going to ask you whether you want to add these plugins to your website. I'm simply going to skip. Now it's going to ask you whether or not you need any of these themes. I'm simply going to click on skip. We'll be using a different theme. So if you buy your hosting plan from Hostinger, you can simply get a free domain name. If you want to buy one, you can simply search for a domain name. If it's available, you can buy it, which again, if you bought the Hostinger's premium plan, you'll get it for free. But if you already have a domain, you can simply put in your domain name. For me, I already have a domain name, so I'm just going to use that. So here you go, this is the domain name. So once you're done with the domain name, it's going to start the setup, which will take a few minutes. Alright, so here you go, the setup is complete. Alright, so now if you buy your domain from elsewhere, you'll have to connect your domain to the hosting. But if you bought your hosting from Hostinger itself, you don't need to do anything. But in the other instance, you'll have to select your domain provider and you'll have to put in the name servers. But yeah, if you bought your domain from elsewhere, you'll have to choose a domain provider and you'll have to change the name servers. But yeah, if you bought it from Hostinger itself, there's nothing you need to do. You don't even need to go to the control panel to do anything. Hostinger will automatically put SSL certificates, so now you can simply go into the admin panel. Alright, so here you go, here's your new website. You can go right here and you can view your website. This is how it looks. This is the default WordPress look. So this is your website, this is the general framework. So now let's get a bit creative. A few things that I like to do is I like to deactivate all the preloaded plugins, so this thing will be completely fresh. But there's no harm in keeping those plugins as well. I just like it clean. Alright, so once we're done with that, let's go ahead and let's add a new theme. Alright, so now let's add a new theme. One of my favorite themes has got to be Zakra. Alright, so simply click on install, and once it has been installed, press activate. So once that is done, you'll have this pop up on your dashboard which says thank you for choosing Zakra, and click on get started with Zakra. So what this will do is it will help you import some templates. There's a whole lot of templates here. You can pick one and you can change its content very easily. So for me, I really like the Agency 03. It's free, it's basic, it's minimalistic. I really like this. So I'm simply going to click on import, confirm, and it's going to take a while, and there you go, the demo has been imported. Alright, so you can simply go into live review and you can see that this is how your website looks. Everything has been imported, and this is not just the home page, the header, the footer, and many other pages as well, alongside a few plugins that are necessary to build this design and to make this shopping cart thingy work. So this demo installed a few new plugins, namely WooCommerce and BlockArt Blocks, which is a Gutenberg Blocks plugin, which is used to create all these designs. So now let's get started with the fun part, the actual designing of the website. For that, go into pages. So I'm going to teach you how to make changes to the home page and perhaps the contact page, because I think those two are the most important pages starting out. So yeah, so this is the page editor. One thing that I like to do is I like to select all the sections and I like to trim them into white width, just so the back end looks similar to the front end, and editing is going to be much easier this way. So here, alright, so here, let me turn this off. I already have the content ready, so I'm just going to be copying and pasting different things. So to edit any new content or to add new content, there is something called blocks. You can, there's a whole bunch of blocks that you can use. Heading is for headings, sections so sections can be used to divide the page and add new elements into them. You can use buttons, which people can interact with. You can add images. You can add spacing to maintain some gaps between content in your website. Like, there's a whole bunch of blocks that you can use. You can simply drag and drop them, and there you go. There's a heading where I can type. So it is the same with every other thing. Let me go ahead and let me delete this block for now. So yeah, if you imported a demo to make changes, simply click on the block and you can interact with the content of the block. So right here, I'm going to put in, so here I have a content creative agency that focuses on quality short form and long form content for our clients, blah blah blah. Right, so there you go, that's done. This is a button called get started. I'm going to leave it just as it is. So here I can do the same thing. These icons can be replaced and I can change the text as well. And the box you can change its color as well from right here to whatever you like. So yeah, for customization there's a whole bunch of options, but for now I'm just gonna leave it green. It's fine. But for now I'm just gonna leave it green. It's fine because I am on a time crunch. I'm just gonna change this to revenue design, and instead of support I'm just gonna make it active support set. It says this is how you make changes. So I'm gonna quickly go over, I'm gonna change a few contents. Alright, so here it says our popular clients, blah blah blah. So here, if I need to change this image, I can simply go into replace, open media library, and from my PC what I can do is I can drag and drop images right here. So here we have Markiplier, one of our most famous clients. So as you can see, the image is not aligned with other images. So to fix this, first select the block, and on your right hand side of the screen, here you can mess with its settings. So simply go into image and so here you can change its height. I'm just gonna, do I really need to be precise? Oh, come on. Alright, there you go, it's pretty precise. The photo, it's not the best photo, but hey, it works for now, right? So you can do the same thing. So you can click on replace, open media library, you can grab an image from your device, upload it, select it, and whatever adjustment needs to be made, you can simply go into the block settings and you can make changes here as well. So here I have Napoleon Bonaparte. Why do I have Napoleon Bonaparte? Your guess is as good as my friend. I don't know. These are some of the most random photos I picked up for this video. So yeah. But yeah, this is how you make changes to the images. But if you want to add an image elsewhere, what you can do is you can simply go into the blocks drawer. I don't know what it's called. You can simply go and you can choose an image block. You can drag it. And this image block right here is provided by BlockArt. But there's also an inbuilt image which is provided by WordPress itself. But it's better to go with BlockArt because there's more options, more settings. So yeah, but so far so good. This is how you edit your page. And I'm gonna quickly go over and make further changes into the page. Alright, so the pricing, I didn't really think about pricing. I'm just gonna let it be as is. But what I'll tell you is, to make these buttons work, you'll have to put in links. To make these buttons work, you'll have to put in links. Simply place a URL, and whatever URL you place, whoever interacts with the button, they'll be redirected to the URL you put in. So yeah, that's how buttons work. I'm going to create a contact us page, and I'm going to use that link, and I'm going to put it here. I'll show that to you as well. So here it says meet our team. So I decided to have a bit of fun, and I put all my action heroes and Beetlejuice, because I ran out of action heroes, man. These are like the three people I grew up on: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Sylvester Stallone. So yeah, so as you can see, this image is kind of out of line. So to fix this, simply go into height, and don't do that. But what you can do is you can fix the height of the image from the block settings, and there you go, it has been fixed. To change the text, that's easy as well. Simply go right here, select it, and change the text. But so far so good. You can meet our team. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger, we got Sylvester Stallone, we got Jean-Claude Van Damme, and last but not least, we got Beetlejuice. Alright, so whenever you make any changes, it's good to update the page, just so in case of any power outages, you still have your page ready and intact. So yeah, so it's the same with you can do the same with other things right here, client reviews, etc, etc. And within the block settings, you can make changes to the individual blocks. So this includes typography for headings and other text blocks, and for other stuffs like sections, columns, etc. You can choose their background colors, you can add borders, you can do a whole bunch of stuffs. It's all there. The best way to go about this is to just fiddle around, see what works, see what does not, and that's how you'll learn. So yeah, that is how you can make changes to the homepage. Now let's move over to Contact Us page. That is the second page I want to create. There already is a contact page within Zakra, but we're gonna spice it up by adding a form. Go back to your WordPress dashboard. First thing I'd like you to do is you need to add a new plugin. The plugin is gonna be Everest Forms. Simply click on install and activate the plugin, and once it has been activated, you'll be prompted to the dashboard. You can simply skip this, and from here go into pages, and from here let's go into Everest Form settings, and here first of all we're going to create a form. So basically the point of this form is going to be whenever someone visits your website, they can fill out this form, and for whatever reason they're reaching out, the mail will be sent directly to you. So your visitor does not have to go through the hassle of, sitting there looking for your email, copying it, going back to Gmail, and then typing out the mail. Yeah, they can do it all within your website, and it will be sent out to you. So basically, this is the most basic contact form they have, which I think is going to work for us. So go up here and you can copy the shortcode. Now there's many things you can do within this plugin as well. Like there's a whole bunch of fields you can add to get any sort of information you want from your users. If you want an in-depth video on Everest Forms, let me know and I'll make that happen. But for now, simply copy the shortcode. Alright, so from here into pages, you can simply go into the contact page and you can edit it. Now for some reason, if you imported a different demo and it does not have a contact page, you can simply add a new page and you can name it contact, and you can also go about designing the page however you want, but I'm sure whichever demo you import, most of them will have a contact page. So simply, I'm going to edit this page, and here I don't want to change anything. What I do want to do is, I want to go right here and I want to choose a shortcode block, right? So whichever shortcode I use. So remember the shortcode I copied before? Yeah, I can simply go ahead and I can paste that shortcode. Once I update this, what's going to happen is, say in this page, you'll have your contact form. Obviously, this is not how you want your contact form to look, so we'll fix that. So we'll fix that in a bit. Oh, actually, you can also do this. Instead of using a shortcode block, what you can do is you can go right here and you can search for Everest Forms. You can search for Everest and this Everest Forms block will pop up. You can simply drag and drop it, click on the form that you want to display, and once it is there, click on update, and when you view it, your form is there again. So as you can see that this form does not look good because it's all stretched out. So how do we fix that? Don't worry, simply go right here and simply choose this section block, drag and drop it, and click on this layout grid. And select the form and select the Everest Forms block, and you can drag it into the middle section and update the page. So once you do that, and you can see that now the form appears in the middle. You can change this by deleting this column. You can update this, and now it's gonna appear right here. If you want to, you can add an image on the side. So you can choose any image from your media library. Suppose I want to use, I don't know, Beetlejuice. Why not? I'm just gonna use Beetlejuice. Alright, so there you go. We have an image right here. So you can select a wider image, text blocks, etc. You can do whatever you wish. So yeah, one thing that this thing is missing is people just don't know what this form is. So for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new heading here, and I'm just gonna name it Get in Contact. Get in Contact. Get in Contact. Let me update this. So totally to the other side, what you can do is you can simply drag it on top of the form, so it's gonna go right on top of the form. This is how it's gonna look. Now, a few things that I think it needs is some spacing between the form and the heading. So we're just gonna go right here and we're gonna choose this spacing block. And one thing that you need to change is you need to change its color from a little dark, from gray to transparent. And also you can select its height depending on how much of a gap you want. 56, let's see how it looks. get in contact, sure, whatever, it's fine. Now this font, I don't really like it, so I can simply change it by going into the block settings, and I can change its font from right here. I don't know which font I want. Montserrat? Why not? I can change its markups as well from right here. You know what, this is not perfect, but it's alright. And besides that, to customize this page, you can go about it how we did with the home page. So yeah. So once this is done, make sure to save your changes by clicking update. Alright, so first of all, let me view my contact page and let me copy its URL. So I wanted to show you how to configure the buttons. Now go back into home page, click on edit, and select the button that you want to use. You can go in, you can click on the button, you can go into URL and you can paste the URL, click on update. You can do the same with other buttons, like this get started button. I'm going to do the same right here. What's going to happen is whenever a user clicks on this button, they will be sent to my contact page. So yeah, I can do the same right here as well within the contact us button. Control V, let me update this. If I click on get started, I'm going to go into my contact page where the user can get in contact with me. So yes, that is how you configure your buttons. To make your buttons more visually appealing, simply click on the buttons, and within the block settings you can change its layout, icons, text, color, borders, and a whole bunch of other stuffs. So yeah, simply fiddle around with the settings and you'll get a hang of it. I showed you the website, but I didn't tell you whose website it is. So you can simply go into settings, but one thing is it's still showing Agency 03, the Zakra demo that we imported. So to change the website name, simply go into settings and you can change the site title. Let me make it something like Vantage Media. So I'm gonna use Vantage Media for the site title. You can add a tagline as well. I'm not going to add any right now. Simply click on Save Changes, and when you refresh this, you can see it's going to turn into Vantage Media, and it's switched here as well. So to change the header and the footer of this website, simply from your WordPress dashboard, go into Appearance and Customize. And within Customize, you can customize the header and footer alongside other settings for the theme. So yes, there's a difference between customizing the settings of the theme and customizing the pages of your website. So for the theme, I'm going to show you how to make changes to the header and the footer, and it's pretty straightforward. So simply right here, I want to make changes to this logo. This is not the logo of my brand, so simply I'm going to click on Change Logo right here. So I created this in like 5 minutes using Canva. So what I've done here is I've used 500 by 500 pixels. This is like the standard logo size that you use. What you can do is you can crop it and you can select on crop image, but this is not going to work. It's going to appear really big. So to fix this issue, what you need to do is you need to downscale this image into a different size, and the size is going to be 121 by 121 pixels. So simply select the downscaled version of your logo, crop it again, and now use this logo, which is going to look just fine. So yes, just a heads up. So what you can do is you can simply click on the pencil icon and you can go ahead and you can make many other changes to the header. You can select the site icon as well, which is this icon right here. I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to use the same logo for the site icon as well. So yeah, let me crop that image and let me click on publish. So what's going to happen is, as you can see right here, Vantage Media or V Media is showing up. It's going to show up here as well once I refresh this page. So yeah, it looks good. So now let's talk about menus. You can simply, now this right here is called the menu. To edit it, click on the pencil icon and click on edit menu. And from here you can rearrange the content, and suppose within shop I need a drop down. What I can do is I can add a new item. So let me just add blog, why not, once again. So yeah, to make it a drop down, I can just slide it under and towards the right of shop. What's gonna happen now is once I click on publish, you can see right here that a drop down has been added. So this is pretty simple. You can add multiple different menus. You can also add multiple different menus. But yeah, that's fine. This is how you edit the header content. Alright, so now for your footer content, there is not much of a footer here, but yeah, for footer, go right here and click on footer column, enable this. So here you have a full-on footer where you can add multiple different contents, multiple different links, and you can add other information here as well. If you want it to be just your logo and a text, you can do that. If you want it to be your logo and the quick links, you can do that. you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So making changes to this is gonna be the same. Simply click on the pencil icon, and you can use blocks here as well. So for Zakra, I want to change that logo to my own logo. I can select this, and that's way too big. Let me change it back. Alright, so there you go, this is the correct size, vMedia, but it's not really visible. How do we fix that? Well, don't worry. You can change its color to something that is not this intrusive, something maybe gray. Gray does not sound all that bad. But yeah, basically you can change the color right here. If I'm gonna try to match the green that we've used here, right? So every customization option that you can think of, you'll find it. Even though this is the free version for Zakra, you have a whole bunch of customization options, and if you want more, you can simply buy their premium version. Suppose I want to make change to this text, I can do that. So it's the same as the editor that we used a while back where we're dragging and dropping blocks. So it's the same thing. And if I want to add new things here, I can simply add another block. I can choose which block I want, heading, blah blah blah. I can add more text. I can do whatever I want. So basically you just need to be creative, and yeah, your website will be ready. So far, if we have a look, this is what our website looks like. But yeah, I also need to teach you, another thing, and that is within Everest Forms, you need to set up one thing. Go into the contact form that we used, edit it, go into settings, and here what's going to happen is normally the mail will be sent to your admin email, but if you want it to go elsewhere, suppose you have created a webmail where you want mails from only the people reaching out to you, you can do that. You can simply go right here and you can type in whatever your email is, xyz@gmail.com, and the plugin will send this mail to you. So yeah, that's how it's gonna work. I just wanted to let you know. For this, there's many things. If you want to, simply check out Everest Form's YouTube channel. There's a whole bunch of things there. But as far as I'm concerned, this is what our website looks like. I made a few changes, people look at this, your website's looking good, people look at this, your website's looking good, it's looking fast, and you got your amazing team right here. They want to contact you, your buttons are working, they can simply go right here, they can fill out the form, and there you go, your website is ready. But yeah, this is a very generic tutorial showing you how you can use WordPress to create websites easily in 2024. You no longer have to code things, sit there, you code for hours. You don't need to do that. Simply drag and drop, boom, bam, ready with your website. But yeah, if you want an even more in-depth tutorial, if you want something specific, let me know down in the comments below and I'll make it happen. But for now, this is about it. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you around. Take care.